In this video, I'm going to walk you through how to use LinkedIn Sales Navigator for virtual selling. And the best part is you can do all of these steps in your pajamas. Let's get started. So this is the LinkedIn Sales Navigator. Let me move my head because I'm in the way here. Now, LinkedIn Sales Navigator is an incredibly powerful platform because it lets us look at decision makers in a variety of organizations. So here I am, I'm on the leads list. As you can see here, I created an infrastructure heavy construction lead list. I've got Joshua's lead list right here. But let's create a new one on the fly so I can give you a better idea of what we're doing here. So let's call this list name, let's call it Bob's software list. I don't know why I'm using Bob. My business partner here at Ouster Marketing, his name is Mark Floyd. His brother's name is Bob. So shout out to all those named Bob, I guess. So let's go into this list description. So after you have your list name, let's just make this really general. Now, keep in mind, when I do this for a client, it's way more specific, but this is just to give you a sense of what it is that we're doing in this program. So we're just going to call this list description software, okay? Now, what I like to do is I like to then make some parameters for my search. So we can start to go in here and we can start to look at things like geography, okay? Like let's say that you're an infrastructure company. Let's say you do sewer reconstruction and you're looking at companies and decision makers that are only in California. Let's say you do a lot of business in California. Now, this is general. We can get way more. We can get into towns. You know, if we want to do, I don't know, let's say Stockton, California, right? We can get into towns. It's not just states. We can get very, very granular with this targeting. But so you're an infrastructure company and you're targeting companies and decision makers in California. Okay, let's look at industries. We said software, so let's computer software. Let's take a look at what schools they went to. Let's say for whatever reason, you know that a lot of the decision makers in your industry come out of UCLA, because we're sticking with the California theme. Okay, so we have the University of California, Los Angeles here. Let's say you want to go after the School of Management because you say, a lot of these decision makers will come out of the School of Management. Profile languages, for us, obviously, we'd want it to be English. Then we could start to look at things that I think are really special, like seniority level, right? Because we don't want to be going after people that don't have power within their organization. I don't want to reach out to somebody and they like the pitch and then they say, I can't really do anything. I'm just like a new guy at this organization, or I'm just a new gal at this organization. I don't really have the power to make buying decisions. So I can start to look at owners. I can start to look at partners. I want maybe directors, VPs, right? And this is not super granular. This is not something I would do. Once again, I would make it I'd probably do one thing per category because I like to target really, really specific people. But this is, once again, just to give you an overview. And there's several other things that I like to look at, right? Like company headcount. We don't want to go after companies that are too small because maybe they don't have the budget for our products or services. If the company has 1 to 10 people, that's a fairly small company. I don't know if I want to reach out to somebody that small. Now, keep in mind, this varies depending on your industry and your particular circumstances, but I'd like to target people, companies rather, that have 11 to 50 people within the organization, okay? And, company types, let's say it's privately held. I don't want to go after a public company. That might be too big. That might be on the scope of my products or services, okay? Now, there's a lot more that we can do in here, but now let's search, okay? Boom. Now we have a search running on those parameters. Okay, Robert Warren Hess. Great. This guy is Chief Operating Officer at Weavy. And, now I can start to look at, I could click on Weavy's website and I could start to do my research and do some background on that particular company before I reach out. Okay. So that's the idea here. The idea here is with the LinkedIn Sales Navigator, now we can start to build a custom prospecting list that is really, really targeted, okay? Because there's a lot of prospecting services where you buy leads on a list, but a lot of the leads are old, they're stale. Maybe the people that are on the leads list aren't with the company anymore. Maybe the company's out of business because of COVID-19. A lot of companies are no longer in business. So it's really important that we build prospecting lists that are fresh, that have fresh data, that have fresh contact data. Okay, so let's say I like Robert Warren Hess, I save him. And I can save him to Bob's software list. And I can choose which company that I want Bob to be associated with. And since Bob put Weavy down as his sort of main company, let's save Weavy. So now when I go to Bob's software list, you see that Robin Warren Hess is there. We have the company he's with. We have his geography. And I can even put in a note. So let's say, in our case, we like to look at, we're a marketing company and a sales company. So we like to look at companies that have flaws within their website. So let's say, this is just an example. I'm not saying Weavy has an insecure website, but I might say something like website not secure. And I save this note for future reference. So I know what it is that I want to talk to them about. So now we see websites not secure, so that when I look at this list later on, when it has, hundreds of prospects on it, I'm able to quickly say, okay, why is it that I wanted to reach out to them? Why were they a good fit for me? If you're an infrastructure company, maybe you do some type of new technology that they're not deploying. You went to their website and they're not deploying a new type of technology that you offer. You could put in the notes, like we just did, not deploying new RRT tech. This is all made up, but maybe you offer something like called RRT technology. They're not using it. So that's the point. I think I've shown you the examples there and maybe beat the point a little bit here. But just the idea is we're able to build these custom prospecting lists and we're able to put in notes. And look at this outreach activity, right? No activity. We haven't messaged him. We haven't done anything yet. So after we build this custom prospecting list, let me put a couple more people on here. Oleg, let's save him to Bob's software list. Let's save this company. Let's go to Jason McDowell and save him to Bob's software list. Save this. Okay. Now I can go into Bob's software list, right? And what we'll start to do from here is we will start to look at all of our prospects, do the research, and then we will start to send them individual personalized messages with this type of video. So the video you're watching right now, it's very intimate. You can take a look at my screen. This is what we do for prospects. So we will reach out to them. And once again, we're not blasting automated messages. Have you been on LinkedIn and you've gotten these really spammy messages? They feel like they're almost written by a robot. Well, those have very low conversion rates, okay? If we want to convert right now, especially in the age of COVID, where companies and organizations are being asked to do more with less, we need to have a personal approach to every single prospect that we reach out to. If you like this video and it brings you any value, please like, subscribe, ring the bells, all that good stuff. It really helps us out here at Ouster Marketing.